Good afternoon. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to afternoon news source only here at Daily Tribune. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and at Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. For today's headlines, Remulla apologizes after raising his voice during Senator Jinggoy Estrada's arrest, saying it was not personal amid Senate tensions. Ex-DPWH Chief Manuel Bonoan remains under hospital observation after elevated tests following his graft and plunder arrest. Activists file complaints over alleged Senate interference in an ICC-related case, naming key officials in the complaint. PNP boosts security around the Senate amid political tensions, ordering more patrols and checkpoints to maintain order. Former Speaker Romualdez and others are invited to a Senate probe into alleged irregularities in flood control projects. DTI proposes mandatory certification for solar products to ensure safety and prevent substandard imports entering the market. NBA Finals tip-off Thursday Manila time as the Knicks face the Spurs in a highly anticipated championship series. OPM artist Maki highlights Filipino creatives and LGBTQIA+ stories in his new music video project. Today is the third day of June 2026, Wednesday, and I'm Chynna Basillaje bringing you today's top stories. Let's get started. Interior and Local Government Secretary John Vic Remulla has apologized for raising his voice at Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano during the arrest of Senator Jinggoy Estrada inside the Senate. Remulla said the incident was not personal and that he only raised his voice once while enforcing the warrant. Senator Rodante Marcoleta criticized what he described as disrespect toward the Senate leadership, while Senator Panfilo Lacson defended Remulla, saying lawmakers should be thankful the confrontation did not escalate further. Senator Risa Hontiveros, meanwhile, said all reactions to the incident were valid. And former Public Works Secretary Manuel Bonoan remains under medical observation after laboratory test shows elevated results while in custody at the PNP General Hospital. Police officials said Bonoan is undergoing further evaluation by medical specialists, taking into account his age and health risk. The former DPWH chief was arrested over graft and plunder charges linked to the flood control scandal and later sought hospital arrest after experiencing a spike in blood pressure. The PNP assured the public that court procedures will continue once Bonoan is medically cleared and that no special treatment will be given. Meanwhile, Tindig Pilipinas co-convener Francis Kiko Aquino D. has raised concern over recent developments in the Senate, describing them as alarming, particularly the reported escape of Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa, who is facing an arrest warrant from the International Criminal Court. D, together with several civic groups, filed an obstruction of justice complaint before the Office of the Ombudsman in Quezon City against Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano, Senator Robin Padilla, and Senate Sergeant-at-Arms Mau Aplasca. The complaint alleges action that may have hindered the implementation of lawful court processes. And the Philippine National Police will increase its presence around the Senate and nearby government facilities amid ongoing political tensions. PNP Chief General Jose Melencio Nartates Jr. said additional officers, checkpoints, and visibility patrols have been ordered as precautionary measure. Authorities said the move aims to maintain public order, manage traffic, and ensure that legislative operations continue without disruption. The PNP stressed that it remains apolitical and called on organizers of planned demonstrations to keep their activities peaceful and orderly, warning that any violence or vandalism will be dealt with under the law. And former House Speaker Martin Romualdez and several individuals linked to alleged cash deliveries connected to flood control projects have been invited to attend the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee hearing on Thursday. The inquiry will be the first under the leadership leadership of Senator Pia Cayetano, the panel's new chairperson. Also invited are representatives from key government agencies including the DPWH, Department of Justice, Office of the Ombudsman, and the Department of Budget and Management. The hearing forms part of the Senate's ongoing investigation into alleged irregularities in flood control projects. And the Department of Trade and Industry is proposing mandatory certification requirements for solar power systems product sold in the Philippines. Trade Secretary Maria Cristina Roque said the measure aims to ensure solar equipment meets national quality and safety standards as more households and businesses shift to renewable energy. The proposal seeks to protect consumers from substandard products and prevent the country from becoming a dumping ground for rejected solar equipment. The DTI is now accepting comments and recommendations from stakeholders and the public until July 25. And the local stock market traded higher at midday with the Philippine Stock Exchange Index gaining 92 points or 1.56% to 6,004.86. Most sectoral indices were in positive territory led by services, which surged 3.62%, while financials rose 1.37%. Among the most actively traded stocks, ICTSI climbed 5% to 871.50 pesos, while BDO advanced 4.82% to 119.60 pesos. However, some stocks posted losses, including Metrobank, down 1.7%, and Synergy Grid and Development Philippines, which declined 3.28%. And in sports, the NBA Finals tip off on Thursday Manila time as the New York Knicks face the San Antonio Spurs in a highly anticipated championship series. The Knicks are seeking their first NBA title since 1973, while the Spurs are looking to avenge their NBA Cup loss to New York earlier this season. Players from both teams expressed confidence and focus ahead of Game 1, emphasizing preparation and teamwork. Spurs star Victor Wembanyama and Knicks standout Josh Hart said their teams remain determined to finish the job and capture the NBA championship. And OPM singer-songwriter Maki is using his latest music video, Habang Buhay Pansamantala, to spotlight emerging Filipino artists and promote creative collaboration. The Dilaw hitmaker said he personally selected several visual artists for the project, highlighting their talent and dedication. Maki shared that the music video was inspired by the film Everything Everywhere All at Once and explored themes of connection and alternate realities. He also included LGBTQIA+ representation in the video, saying he wanted to use his platform to amplify the voices and experiences of marginalized communities. Katribo, did you know today marks the death anniversary of Ginao Bilog, the renowned Hanuno Mangyan poet and recipient of the National Living Treasures Award? Bilog is remembered for his vital role in preserving the traditional ambahan, a form of poetic expression passed down through generations in Mindoro. Through his efforts to document and safeguard this cultural heritage, he helped ensure the survival of an important part of indigenous Filipino identity. His legacy continues to inspire the preservation and appreciation of the country's rich cultural traditions. And viral now on TikTok is a video uploaded by Gibo Salazar Hispano showing how one of their friends enthusiastically joined a video call with high energy, unaware of the argument another friend was having on the other end of the line. Let's watch this.
Hoy! Charlie!
Hello, what's up?
That's all for now. Join us again at 4:30 p.m. still here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and at Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. Once again, I'm Chynna Basillaje, and this has been Tribune News on Q.